Good morning and welcome back to another episode of Look What Jess Found. Got tea today. I have doing a double bagger today. Got a Lipton and a Bigelow. I want to say like simply lemon, some lemon Bigelow to give it that little lemon taste to it. I'm actually gonna throw them out before it gets too overwhelming. I just took a sip of it and I was like, all right, it's getting a little too much. All right. So today is episode 178. And the past several episodes, I'm going to have to say the channel has been taking a slightly different direction. And it's not done on purpose. It's really that like I'm stepping my game up, for lack of a better word. Meaning I'm learning more and more about penny errors. I mean, at this point, that's basically what the channel is about, right? Identifying penny errors. Excuse me. Interesting surface. With the die clash. I had a feeling there was a die clash on this for some reason. It could be the surface. When I see a surface like this, I know there's something wrong. It's either unfinished or something happened to the dies. And you can see the die clash there. So just little telltale let me look at that under the loop. Very interesting. Okay, well, our first penny is an interesting penny. Die clash plus maybe a die bulge or something like that. So when I say the channel's taking a different, it's more like a just a slight move. No white AM. Meaning, as time goes on, I'm beginning to understand more and more how few people really understand how to identify errors on pennies. This is a good example of that. I'm going to take a look at this under the loop in a second, and I want you to think about what's going on here, and we'll talk a little bit about it when I come back. Well, it is interesting. Several things can be going on, obviously. It's either a strike through, post mint damage, or there's an error on the hammer die. Now, if it was post mint damage, I would think I would see something leading up to and away from the marks, right? Not just this wild damage in a very specific location with no evidence of where the damage came from. So it's probably, and to say even a strike through, I would think would go beyond. No, I would think, but it could be it could be the strike through. All right. Well, it's interesting, and those are the things that I think about. Right? Because there's a major difference between a strike through and post mint damage. So as I'm learning, I'm sharing those experiences with my audience. As I find different errors, my members and subscribers update my knowledge base. And that's the cycle. Tilted hub. See how the gas blister's going through it. That's pretty cool. Let me check that out. Too much damage. Could be a strike through. No doubling on the obverse. Let's see. Is this a copper? Wow. This is a copper penny. I think it is. Wow. Wow. Fool me once, shame on you. Wow. I should have realized it. It sure does look copper. That's pretty crazy. That's cool. This is copper. Oh, nice. Lamination error. 63D. If there's doubling on the obverse, it's a key variety. And I'm seeing that right from a distance on the S. That would be tremendous. The G looks like something. Let's see. Well, it's really that S. Let me take the polishing cloth. Either that's a piece of dirt there, or it's a piece of metal. You know what I'm saying? It's one or the other. It's a piece of dirt or it's a piece of metal. We want it to be a piece of metal, but very lightly. Let's see if anything comes off. So it doesn't put a clean spot on it, you know? It came off. It came off. It was dirt. It was dirt. Son of a gun, you. You see? Yeah, I'm gonna say no to the doubling. But obviously it is a lamination error. You know, these aren't the ones that people want. Okay, just to review this really quickly for those who don't know, the woody lamination error is basically when they mix the copper, right? Because there's zinc in the copper, 5%, except for the 59, 60, and 61, which has the 5%. It's tin and copper, which makes it bronze. So because they didn't mix it right, a lot of the pennies came out with these weird stridation colors that make it look like wood grain. And they call them woodies. Now, they're not super common, but they're more like uncommon. But uncommon doesn't mean valuable, right? Because they're not rare. But some of them, which this one is not, have it almost looks like tiger stripes, or you'll see these real distinct contrasty dark light stripes, lines, bands in the penny. Now those are the ones people want. That one there, no, but you have to be able to identify them though. Obviously the ones that's a beauty. Obviously the ones that have these real bright contrasty stripes on them are easy, they're easy to identify. This is at least I'm going to put this in. I don't know if I'm going to put this into the A or B. You have to think about it for a while. So this is kind of goes a little bit to the point, 23D. I don't know if the 23D has the extra V. I don't know if I've ever found a 23D. It's a nice coin. That's a nice one. And then we get the one without. Let's see if we see a little V on it. Looks like there's a little mark right above it, but I don't think that's where the V is. I think it's off to the right. Well, actually, that's not true. I think there's two spots, if I recall correctly, where they have the V's. Oh, wow. Yeah, no 20, no V. Oh, you're not gonna trick me this time, buddy. No fool me twice here. You're a zinc. 95D is doubling on the obverse. It's a key variety. No doubling. 64. P. No. D. The P would be a key variety if it has any doubling. I'll put that into the fines. Another 23. Look at this. So someone left me a comment the other day along the same vein as the initial topic of today's episode. And it's not the first time someone said this, but I'm assuming as the channel grows, 2011, I'm going to get more and more of these types of comments, which I really, really like and I appreciate. But the person said something to the effect of, I've been watching your channel for a while, and it got me into coin roll hunting. And let me tell you, I gotta be honest with you, that really made me feel good. And, you know, with all the stuff that's going on in the world and all the negativity, to me, there's a lot of negativity going on in the world. If you disagree with that, God bless you. I mean, God bless you anyway. But you know what I mean? Like double God bless you. Even if you didn't sneeze. Because, you know, I am not under that impression. And I feel like, you know, the good things that happen in our life, I really have to be appreciative of. You know what? I'm telling you, I thought this was a copper too. What a paradoxical looking reverse. Wow, so bright. 2001. So, and I'm going to put this right here because there's another topic I want to talk about there. So, 1990. So that was super cool. That made me feel super good. And, you know, as I used to say in the 80s, that's what's up. You know, that's what's up. You know, doing something that leads to something positive. Man, man, I'm telling you, stuff like that makes me feel like a big crybaby. Seriously. You know, I have to actually hold back my emotions on that because it really does make me feel good. You know, when I first started this channel, so many people used to leave negative comments and And just say things that were untrue. I don't know if they were intentionally lying, but their information, like I spent so much time fact checking. Now you could say, oh, well, that made you a stronger person. You know what? I could think of better ways to try to get stronger than through people's negativity, you know. I mean, not saying that that's not the case, that, persevering and overcoming and all that, but you're talking about, I think when people talk about persevering and overcoming, they're talking about through life's, through the obstacles that the Lord puts in front of you. God forbid something happens to you medically, and, you get back up every day and you try to get better. But people trying to knock you down and and intentionally make you feel bad, that's some BS, man, in my opinion. And I dealt with a lot of that, and I'm pretty sure that is why a lot of people don't do coin roll hunting or quit. And that's sad, man. Like really, really, really sad. But what's not sad is what I told you just now. The person who left the message. Yeah, that would be nice if that was a little V there, right? And they said that because of my videos, they started coin roll hunting. And that's the stuff that reinvigorates me, makes me happy, makes me feel like I made a good choice. You know what I mean? As far as a hobby, right? Because this takes a lot of time. Let me look at that under the loop. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Man, let me look at the front. I don't see it. Oh, it is a die clash. I find less and less of them on copper cents, pennies, whatever you want to call them. That's pretty cool. So, and that's the other part of the channel. It's not just about learning how to coin roll hunt, but it's learning how to lift other people up in their process of learning. Yesterday, I was watching this YouTube video, and what's his name? Harvey, the entertainer, one who was doing Family Feud, was on a YouTube channel, and he was talking about when he was a child in school, and he had a learning disability, and he had a speech impediment. He's had a stutter, really bad stutter, and the teacher asked the class to write down what they want to be when they get older. 98, looking for the wide AM, not wide AM. Two different color sides. Something happened to this one, maybe a fire or something. Right, it was laying on this side, and I don't know. Or it could be dirt, dust, whatever. But it was probably laying on this side when the other side got dirty. And he said the kids in his school, in his class, were saying they want to be, whatever they want to be. I think he said like athletes. Most of them said athletes. If that's doubling there, then this is a key variety. Oh man, that would be sweet. That is so cool looking. Oh yeah. I mean, that one's the cake there. Let's check that out real quick. Oh, that's dope, man. Doubling or not, it's cool as heck. Like, is it really, really doubling? Is an expert gonna say, "Oh no, that's the die when the die hit this and the die hit that and it became," I don't know. I mean, it's not $1 million coin, regardless, but it sure is cool. And and then he put down that he wanted to be on TV. That's what he put down. He wanted to be on TV. On the 2024, you're looking for the no VDB. And of course, any other error. One of them is missing letters and stuff like that. This one doesn't have it. And he said he wanted to be on TV. Now, he came from a poor area. So everybody in the class was poor, from his area, as per his story. And, he said everybody said they want to be football players, basketball players, what have you. And he said he wanted to be on TV. And that took guts, saying something different than the rest of the class. That took guts. And the teacher made him read it in front of the class. And he was like, all right, yeah, the teacher noticed that I said something really cool and, different. And then as soon as she started asking him questions, he goes, oops, look at this. Color looks weird. He said, oops, this ain't going the way I thought it was. So it was funny. He's such a funny guy. Steve Harvey. This might have a clad error, a planch error. It's funny, we just found a 2024, right? To compare it to, I'm saying. Yeah. It's weird. I'll put it to the side. We'll check it out later. And sure enough, after she asked him the questions like, why do you want to do that for? And blah, blah, blah. And some other really mean Inquisition type questions. She said, basically called him stupid for thinking that someone with a stutter is actually going to be talking on TV, to make a long story short. And like, that's the opposite of what you want from an educator, from a teacher. And in the coin community, there are people like that teacher. You know who they are. If you go through all my comments, you're going to find a couple where people reference certain other coin channels. And they're like, yeah, I know he's kind of mean and, blah, blah, blah. But he really knows what he's talking about. Man, forget about it. I'm not even going to get into it because it's too negative. But avoid people like that, it doesn't matter how smart they are. I mean, is it to me? It's not worth the headache, the negativity. You know. And if anything, those people are doing the opposite of what I'm doing, right? Like I said, the person left a comment saying, "Hey, thank you. I've been watching your channel, and I started coin roll hunting as a result." Some of these other channels, specifically the one this person's talking about, and that I also noticed on his channel, I asked him a question. Oh man, his response was so acidic, and um, like he was annoyed by the question and the fact that I said, "Oh well, but it does have this," and his response was pure venom. I got to be honest with you, and I was like, "Wow, man! Like you got something going on in your personal life. To be honest with you, to be that mean, there's something honestly wrong with you." I'm looking for the V. And that's the type of person who makes people not want to coin roll hunt. You know what I'm saying? Not want to coin roll hunt. They're a detriment to the hobby. And I'm sure they pat themselves on the back and they have a few well, this person has a bunch of followers who are like-minded, and they're poisoning the minds of others. And those are the people who then go out into the community to spread meanness. And it's sad. It's sad. But here on this channel, I have to say my overall impression is positivity. And I'm here to say that there's more positive people out there than there are negative. And I think that's very hopeful, That's very hopeful. This is a really nice penny. 1980D. I'll put this with the AUs. I'll check that out. I'll come back to that next. I'll zoom in on it. Oh, wow. Look at that surface. 69D. See if it has the floating roof. Nope. See, they don't all have it. Really strong, actually. I'll put this with the fines. That's a really nice looking penny. And this is the last one. So I want to say thank you to everyone who leaves comments like that. Besides, personally giving me some joy. Those two little dots. It also gives me hope. Oh man, this is too much. I find some weird stuff, man. I'm gonna let you look at it. You try to see if you can figure it out before I tell you what I think it is. It gives me hope, and it makes me appreciate the opportunity I have here to do this with over 6,000 subscribers and growing every day. So thank you. And I'm actually gonna add something. We're here. If you're still here at 35 minutes, let me know. I really appreciate when it's mostly my members, my members, Otis and Eric from keeneEyeCollectables, Sandra, And Sheila and Donald are the ones who let me know, yeah, I'm still here, and they put a timestamp. And so that's kind of cool. If a subscriber wants to do that, that would be awesome also. But I will say, if you have been hidden by my channel, right? And you know that you said something totally wrong, feel free to send me an email. If you're apologetic for what you said, everyone deserves a second chance, a third chance, a fourth chance, a fifth chance, or whatever. And I'll unhide you. So I've never said that before in any of my videos, and hundreds of videos, but I'm saying it today. If you're here at 36 minutes and you're still watching my videos to the end, and you've been hidden because of a nasty comment, maybe you were having a bad day or something like that, feel free to email me. Obviously you can't do it in the comments, ha ha ha, but you can email me. And if you're apologetic, obviously if you're not, then you're probably not even here, so it's irrelevant. But I thought I would just throw that out there, and I will unhide you. I want to say that. So back to our last coin of the day. And it's funny because there might be another one above the T. Do you see it above the T? I'm gonna look at that under the loop. I can't tell. I think it's just a space. And the same thing with above the head. It's another little brown. Just happens to be these other little round marks. All right. So have you figured it out? I'm sure you have already. I don't want to go too close. It's like a piece of. I don't think it's a ruby. But it's basically like a piece of confetti or something. It's an object, and it's just stuck in the dirt on the penny. That's it. It's just a piece of. It's just an object that got stuck in the dirt. I could actually take it off. If you want to see me take it off, I'll take it off. Then I won't be able to make a short on it. No, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to take it off in the short. I'm like, oh, look what I found. You know what I mean? That would be cooler instead of at the end of this video. And you can watch the shorts, and you'll see the one where I took it off. All right, so thank you. God bless. Jesus loves you. And I'll see you in the next one.